So, I was once scammed, well, not once, but twice, by people pretending to be Forex traders. So, yes, I got scammed twice by people pretending to be Forex traders. All right, so welcome to the channel, guys. So, I'm going to be sharing the story of how I got scammed, and this happened back in 2023. Well, the first time, I think that was in 2023, and then the second time, it was last year. It was last year, guys. So my Forex trading journey, well, I started trading Forex in 2021, and I have a video on that explains everything that went down. But basically, in 2023, I was starting to become really frustrated because I was not profitable. I was really learning so much about Forex trading, all the types of trading. I had tried it all. So there was a time when, of course, as you're on Instagram, you start seeing these people who are living lavish. And of course, being disheartened as I was, I was like, you know what? Maybe another option could be having somebody trade for me. This is where it all goes wrong, guys. Giving somebody your money to trade for you is the worst thing you can ever do. I'm going to say it. Yeah, if it's not a licensed trader, and usually they're companies, even in Kenya, it's like an actual company. And it's very rare to find a licensed Forex trader like individually. Anyway, so yeah, I was on Instagram. I was looking at this guy who was trading. Well, trading. I'm putting everything in quotes because. And every Friday they would post like, withdrawing money from Forex, withdrawing. So I was like, okay, let me DM him, which is DMing somebody anyway. So yes, I DM'd him. And I was like, hey, I see you guys are trading. I've been trying to learn, but I haven't really been profitable on my end. Maybe I should give you guys my money. So yeah, they were like, yes, we also trade for people as well. And then he like wrote a list of like the amounts and the profits that you'll get at the end of the week. So it was like this list of like, I don't know, like 40,000 Kenya shillings. So I'm Kenyan, and this is going to be in Kenya shillings. So 40,000 bob for like 5k profit a week, something like that. 60k, like it was in tiers. 60k, 10k a week, 70k, like that type of situation. And he put like a whole list. So I was like, hey, okay, guys, I was naive. In Forex, you never know what type of percentage you're going to make. So me at that time, because I was still learning, I was like, wow, okay, I was convinced. So I was like, yeah. If you even put like 100k, it'll be like 20k profit a week. I said, wow, I had already started picturing how I'm going to go to this Dubai. So I was like, okay, let me risk some money here and there. So now the crazy thing is, this person who was trading, it wasn't somebody, I don't think, like it wasn't somebody you could Google. Let me start by that. You couldn't Google them. Then, and he claimed to have a company. So I was really like Googling this trading company, and I'm like, I'm not seeing anything. Like I'm not seeing any resources about this person. I said, okay. So he's like, okay, give me your number. We talk on WhatsApp, blah, 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 M-Pesa, things of that sort. So he was like, okay, before you send me the money so that you know I'm legit, I will send you a contract that you'll have to sign, and then we start the process. I said, okay. So at least that sort of made me feel like I have a little confidence. So he sent me the contract on WhatsApp. Now this contract was just like, basically, if you give me your money, these are the profit splits and things of that sort. Now, guys, at the bottom, and that guy also said that there'll be a platform where I'll be monitoring like the trades that he takes, which I never saw. And at the bottom of the signature, it was his initials, and I kept on thinking like, why would it be like initials? Like, why isn't it his full name? Because I don't know this person's name. I don't know his company. Even this company that he's claiming to have, I don't know it. So that was like the first red flag. Okay, there were many red flags even before that. The tiers, the amounts of percentage, those are all red flags. But this one for me was now my first red flag. So I was like, okay, hey, I'm not seeing the company. I was really trying to Google and like research, but I couldn't see anything. But I was like, okay, because maybe he sent me the contract, and then the fact that you've said I'll be looking at the trades through the platform, maybe I'll have some guarantee. So he's like, yeah, send me the contract. He signed, I countersigned, whatever. I was like, okay. And at that time I had like some of course like my gigs and things like that, also my part-time job that I was doing. So I had some to money. I was like, okay, I'm okay with giving this out, because Mimi Najua every week I'll be getting something, okay? So yeah, I ended up pestering the guy. So he was like, okay, so every Friday you will just be waiting for your profit amount. We'll be sending it to you through M-Pesa. Because surely enough, that's what I was seeing on Instagram. Every Friday, market is closed. Everybody's withdrawing to celebrate the weekend. So, okay, I gave him some money. And the Friday next week, now let's say it was next week. So next week reaches next Friday. So I'm like, hey, I'm waiting for like my my deposit, my profit. I haven't seen anything because it was like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. And I was hoping that by end of the day I can see something on my M-Pesa. He's like, chill, we've had a delay slightly with the conversion, blah, blah, blah. Wait until next week. I said, aight. So next week reaches, and mind you, the contract says every Friday, without fail. So next week reaches, I'm like, okay, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, there's been a bit of delay also in the conversion, and you'll have to top up like $20 or $30 so that we can facilitate this process of converting to your bank account. So I was like, guys, your time is on knowledge evil. So I was like, okay, let me send this 20, 30 pounds. And then he's like, yeah, if we send that 20, 30 pounds, we can even do it right now. We send it to you. So there was that matter of like urgency. So I was like, okay, man, 20, 30 pounds, that's like 5,000 bob, Kenya shillings. I was like, I had it from somewhere. Me, I don't know, I had it. And then I gave it to him. So after 1 hour, I'm calling the guy. He's not picking up the phone because I was like, then he picked up later. He was like, it's taking a bit of time, but you just wait. By today night, you'll have it. Mind you, he said end of day. So end of night, now I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting. Evening comes, no phone call, no M-Pesa message. I was like, bruh. Saturday comes, I'm calling. He didn't pick up. He was like, there was still a delay. Later on, he picked up like at 4 p.m. Saturday. But I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen anything. So Saturday now he tells me, hey, there's been a bit of a delay, but by next week, guaranteed, you'll be having your money. See, it was this amount because now it's compounding. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, because it's compounding, this should be a profit. I was like, yes. But and then I asked him about the platform. I was like, why am I not seeing like these things that you're doing? I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing your trades. I'm not seeing what type of trader you are, etc., etc. He's like, no, the platform, the website was down, blah, 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 but we're trying to maintain it. I think by next week, you should see it. So now I'm starting to become impatient. And then now that red flag of like me now not seeing like if this guy is genuine or not, I'm not understanding. Now, that next week, now that third Friday, so now 2 Fridays have passed, now it's that third Friday. That Friday morning, he sends me a photo. I was like, okay, not morning, it was like 12 p.m.-ish. Now there I was really pressuring him because I was like, it's been 2 weeks. You guys, you don't even have to wait until the end of the day. You just sort me out right now. He's like, okay, I'm in the bank. Then he sends me like a photo of him being in the bank, like his 2 legs, not his whole self. And that could have been a fake picture, obviously, because who knows? So he's like, okay, just wait. 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Guys, this is when I knew... Damn it. This is when I knew I've been scammed, honey, because he was not picking up the phone. I'm calling, guys. And I remember that day I was on set. I was filming for a short film and I couldn't even be in character, guys, because now I'm just like, hey, my money that I've given him, my money, he's not answering the phone. So I remember texting him. I was like, guy, just return my initial capital. Even you can even have half of it. It's okay, but I need whatever I had because, guys, man, by these things that I was doing, like that capital that I was willing to risk, I was like, I'm not putting it in empty for like again nakwa bots. I'd rather give it to a human. Hey, humans just no. So anyway, long story short, he ended up not taking my phone calls. He blocked my line. And that's when I knew I was scammed. And that's how the story ended. And I remember he blocked me also, like on Instagram, on wherever. I unfollowed him and I made peace. Imagine I just made peace. I was like, okay, this is how it goes. I was like, okay. So I made peace. Of course, that added to my being depressed, which I mentioned. Forex has really done things to me. Like, yeah, not funny at all, guys. Don't know. I'm being say, if you just see me trading my pound, just leave me. Me, I'm not going to be selling anybody courses. I do not have one-on-ones. Even the day I'll become profitable, you'll never see me posting 1,000 bob $1,000 in 10 minutes. And I think that's just very misleading, because at that time, those were the things that were giving me a lot of pressure to try all these things. So as somebody who's just been through it, there's just some things that I will not be doing. Anyway, so the second time I got scammed. Now this time, it was last year. Now last year I also had some money that I was like, okay, this one I can risk, because last year with the elections and everything, last year was like 2024, manually trading was so hard. Pound was in consolidation for a period. There's a time it was trending, and then it also got stuck at some point. It was just hard. Anyway, so I saw this post on LinkedIn. Now this one was LinkedIn. Hey, these guys are getting smart. It was LinkedIn. So I was like, LinkedIn. It was, first of all, it was a Forex opportunity. So it wasn't even like a job opportunity. So then I contacted the person. They WhatsApped me, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, okay, so I think I'm interested in, I can see you have like you're teaching as well. People can come and learn from you, things of that sort. So they're like, yeah, if you want to teach, because I was like, LinkedIn is legit. If you're posting like a job post on teaching Forex, I was like, okay. And at that time, as I said, I was feeling comfortable with my trading. As much as I wasn't getting opportunities, I felt comfortable to like be like an assistant for somebody and learn from people as well. Even if it's like assisting with admin stuff, I was okay. So, but then there was a catch. So they were saying, for you to assist, we also trade for people. If you don't want to like be assistant teacher and things like that, we also trade for people. I was like, okay, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a Forex teacher. I can't do it. As much as yes, I'm confident with learning and concepts. I was like, good. I'm all good. So they were like, okay, if you don't want to teach, there's also another opportunity. We also trade for people. Now, guys, I think I was convinced this time around because it was LinkedIn. I think in my head, I was thinking because LinkedIn is like a bit more professional. Surely, I don't think I can be scammed like last year, surely. So anyway, they were like, okay, but for you for us to trade for you, you need to make an account with this platform. This platform was like a Forex broker that I don't even know is like really reputable, to be honest, because it was very, very dingy. I wasn't seeing that they weren't regulated under Capital Markets Authority, which a Forex broker should always be regulated. They were not. I was like, it just looked a bit weird. Like it was on Google, yes. So that was also one thing that also was giving me a bit of confidence, because unlike last time, this one is more professional and it's also on Google, but it was still like not the best platform. So long story short, they were like, okay, how much do you want to deposit? I gave them the amount. So they're like, easy. So we they even had a prompt, an M-Pesa prompt. This one ilikuwa inakuja kwa phone. Ni wewe tu kuweka pin. So anyway, I was like, yeah, this is the amount that I'm going to be doing. I'm like, okay, let's prompt you. So prompted, quickly, put in my PIN, it went. So they were also like, okay, so now you'll be monitoring us. We're swing trade. No, they were day traders. No, they were scalpers. Sorry, they were scalpers. So we usually trade around this time to this time. I was like, do you guys even go live? Blah, blah. They're like, no, we don't. But you just know, like, because we're a reputable institution, because they're also on Instagram, even that institution, but it had very old photos. It was not up to date. So I was like, okay, because Nona, you guys, maybe you've traded for people back in the day. So you've been teaching people. Yeah, maybe you guys are professional. So anyway, long story short, I've put my M-Pesa, that amount went. So they were like, even them, I think they were like after 3 days, 4 days, or at the end of the week, you should be having your profits. But then at first, even them, it didn't even reach your part, your profits. This next day, immediately, they're like, hey, we're having a problem with the leverage. And I'm like, leverage, what do you mean? Because leverage that I know has nothing to do with the capital. Like, yes, I know how leverage is used, but why do I need to give you money for leverage to work? Anyway, at that time, I don't know, I wasn't really thinking properly. So they're like, okay, you need to add on this extra amount and then for your account to be open, because I kept on checking my account. They even gave me like the password for my account. And every time I'd go to like my logins, I'd never see that amount that I'd put. I'd never saw it. But they're like, hey, there's a bit of a delay. Just add this extra amount. We sort you out. So I was like, I added that extra amount. It was like 20. They asked me for like $20, $30, even then. So almost same figures as the last guy. So I was like, okay. Then they're like, okay, give the platform 24 hours. You'll see your amount reflected. That 24 hours reached, guys. I was checking the platform again. I'm not seeing the money. And then that's when I knew I hadn't been scammed, because now I kept on calling this guy. Calling. I'm like, I'm looking at the platform. Nothing is happening. Why am I not seeing this amount reflected? And long story short, they never picked up my phone. And that M-Pesa that I sent, that was the end of it. And yeah, guys, literally, I was like, okay, you know what? These humans, guys, if there's anything that you can take from this video, don't give anybody your money to trade for you. You don't know them personally. Even if you know them personally, they still might lose it. Even my own brother, my own parents, I cannot trade for them, because as much as yes, they know I'm trading, but there's still a potential for capital to be lost if you're not doing proper risk management, especially for people who want those quick returns. Yeah, just don't do it. If you don't have like a licensed company that's actually like you know, like the MMFs, for example, some of them you do Forex like as your investment, so that interest that you get at the end of the month can also be from Forex. If they're not licensed, just don't do it, guys. And that is the end of that story. I hope you've learned a lesson or two. Yeah, don't do it, guys. You just kazana with your own capital. Try and see how you can grow your own capital, even if it's that small lot size 0.01. Just do it by yourself. And anyway, yeah, Inoma, but I'm now okay. I learned my lessons. I'm trying to put everything behind me now, so that's why I'm even sharing this video as one of my first videos, and that should be it. Yeah, we're moving forward. I'm just by myself and you guys, giving us trading insights and things of that sort, but don't give anybody your money. That is it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.